So you've just been given Minecraft, maybe as a gift, maybe you bought it for yourself, like a self-gift, and now you need to know a little bit more about the game and everything around it. This video is definitely for the beginning Minecraft player, and I want to cover not only things that you have to do in the game to get started, but also sort of where we are in the world of Minecraft. Minecraft has been out for many, many years. There's a lot of history around the game, and so if you're just getting started into Minecraft, what are all the kind of extra things you need to know about the game to be a fully informed player? So first off, we're going to talk about things that take new players a little bit longer to learn and understand because no one's really talking about it. If you've been playing Minecraft for a while, these are things you just know about, but no one's really explaining it to players. And mainly that there are many different versions of the same game of Minecraft, notably Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. If you bought the game and it's just titled Minecraft, then you probably have bought the Bedrock Edition of the game. If you bought the game and it's called Minecraft Java Edition, well, then you have the Java Edition. So if there's no subtitle, then you probably have the Bedrock Edition of the game. Why does this matter? Because while Minecraft is still Minecraft, both editions are actually two completely separate games. They have been written on completely separate programming languages. They have completely separate UI interfaces and little details, except that all of the main content, features, behaviors of the creatures that are in the game, those will all be the same. Same thing with updates and future releases. Those will all be the same. So you'll have a horse in Minecraft Java Edition and a horse in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and they'll look and play exactly the same, except that they have been recoded completely separately in both different editions of the game. So you get very small details between the two major game types that may play into you having bugs and issues later on. You're like, I just watched a video of this guy doing it. It doesn't work anymore. And it's because they on the video may be playing in Java Edition and you may be playing in Bedrock Edition. So it's good to learn your editions so you know what you're actually playing. If whatever version you're playing has the marketplace button and a marketplace on the main menu, then you absolutely know that you're playing on Bedrock Edition because that's the only edition that has a marketplace where you can buy mine coins and purchase content. Some major differences between the two editions is that on Java Edition, it's much easier to modify your game because you're playing on a PC and you can easily edit and install modifications. You can also play with other players that are on servers a little bit easier because there's no sort of barrier in the way to get online. Like on Xbox, you have to buy Xbox Live. On Nintendo Switch, you have to buy Nintendo Switch Online. And on PlayStation 4, you have to buy PlayStation Plus in order to access any online features. So there's sort of a roadblock there to play with your friends. Another main difference is that if you're playing on Bedrock, you are able to cross-play with anyone else on the Bedrock Edition. So if you have a console and your friend has a phone, you both can play together. If your friend has a Nintendo Switch and you have a PlayStation 4, once again, welcome PlayStation 4 players, then you guys can play together. There's cross-play between all the different Bedrock editions of the game. In order to do this, you do need a Microsoft account. So you need to sign in with a gamer tag, basically, in order to access getting a friends list and being able to connect with them to join any type of online service or anything like that. Okay, so now that you know that there are two different editions of the game, let's get into some of the basics of actually starting your world and playing around. So now you have some general Minecraft knowledge. Now let's actually put it to the test and play the game. So we're going to cover how to start a new world, how to join a server, how to get extra content for your Minecraft game, and where you can watch more videos on and so if you have any more questions, where can you go from there? First off, we're going to be covering Java Edition, so skip ahead in the game if you have the Bedrock Edition of the game. Starting off with creating a world, this is a single-player experience, although these worlds that you make can be uploaded and used on multiplayer servers, so you're not completely locked in if you start a single-player world. You can switch it to a multiplayer world later on if you have the save file and you can move it up to a server. So this is the single player creating a new world area. These are all of my previous worlds. I have an awful lot of them. If you're just starting off, this will be completely blank and you won't have anything in this area. You start right down here to create a world. You can name this world and you can name it absolutely anything. That does not change at all. This is your game mode. In survival, you'll have hunger and health, and that if you die, all of your items will fall onto the ground and you'll have to run back over and pick them up, unless if you've changed some like cheaty rules so that that doesn't happen. So that is the first game mode. Next is hardcore. It's very similar to survival, except that once you die, there is no respawning. So you only get one life. You can either respawn as a spectator and only look at what's going on, or you just exit out and, you know, there's nothing to do. So this is for players that only want a single life in the game. Next is creative, and in this mode, you have no hunger, no health, you can fly, and you have unlimited blocks. So you can really get creative in the creative game mode. Now we're back to survival. There's also another mode called adventure mode, but that is really for map makers to take advantage of because it really locks down what a player can do. And so you can expand upon it by editing what the player can actually achieve and break and open and that sort of thing in order to make maps more interesting. There's also a more worlds option button right here, and this will allow you to sort of change settings on your world. Right here is an area for seeds. This is something that you do want to know because every world is generated based off of a string of numbers and or letters. All this does is make sure that if this seed is the same on multiple computers and at multiple places, then you will generate the same world. And I'm stressing generate here. It will only generate, the seed is the generation seed. And so if you have, let's say we put the seed as 1, and I create this 5 different times on 5 different computers, then you'll get the same world generated. Everything that you build and edit and change in the world, that will not transfer if you have the same seed. That is on that computer specifically. But if you, for some reason, want to find a world that starts off in a desert or starts off in an ocean, then you can go and search for seed, type in that random number right here, or paste in that random number, and your world generation will be exactly the same so that you can start off in the same spot as the other people that have that same seed. We're going to start off in survival and we're going to click generate new world. We'll get a small little animation and then we will be in our world. So now we are inside of the world, and this is this is not that great of a spawn. The reason that this is not that great of a spawn, and spawn is where your player originally joins in, and you should remember this location because if you ever die without setting a bed or if you sleep in a bed, then you change your spawn point, you'll respawn right here. And the reason this is so crummy is because really the first thing you have to do in the game of Minecraft is to punch a tree in order to get wood and craft and move on from there. And this island thing that I've spawned in on doesn't have one. So if I generated this world in the beginning, I would just delete it and I would start over fresh, create a new world. This time I'm not going to change any settings. I'm going to change it to creative. By changing it to creative, I get access to the commands and cheats and stuff like that. So we're just going to create a new world here to just see what our second option is with when it comes to our world. Okay, so this one looks a little bit better because we actually have some land to play on and move around. If you're getting started in Minecraft, the first thing, there will be a tutorial up in the top corner. Whoops, I am in creative mode, so you break things instantly. So I can change my game mode here with commands because I turned on that cheat mode. And now you break a log, you gather some wood, click and hold, by the way, to do that. You can craft up here, craft in some planks, craft in some sticks. If I had even more planks, I can make a crafting table, which will expand and move on from there. I'm not really going to cover game tutorial here because I feel like a lot of other, this video is probably long enough already, and other people do a much better job of a getting started tutorial when it comes to the actual gameplay. Okay, so once you're finished, you can hit escape and go back to the main menu. We just checked out how to start your new world. Now let's talk about joining a multiplayer server. So right here, the second button is multiplayer. player, you can see that I already have some areas filled in. I have a whole bunch of different servers. Some of them are shut down, so you can't connect. Some of them are on the old version because 1.15 just came out. So let's talk about these servers. Your area will be completely blank, and you'll click Add Server in order to add a new server. You can title it whatever you want right here, but let's join a large public server that I know is going to be online and that you're going to be able to play on. So let's start with Mineplex. And this is a server that has just been around for years and years and years. You can play lots of games. If you and your friend join on the same at the same time, you guys will be on the same server together, and so you can play games together. So this is for you to add. Next is a server address, and this is just like a URL that you would put into your browser. And so you need a URL in order to add here. Just from doing a little bit of Googling, I found out that the server address is us.mineplex.com. And so that's what you add right there, just like a normal URL. Server resource packs, you can have it load a resource pack, which will download the resource pack and then add it. We haven't even gotten to resource packs, but you can reskin the game. So this is how you would reskin the game. So I just added that. It's way down here at the very bottom. Mineplex, you can see that a lot of players are playing right now. If you double click it, you will connect to this server. And you can see that there are lots and lots and lots of people playing already on this Mineplex server right here. It's kind of teleporting me around just to check out everything. Someone was doing like a little tutorial right here to show me how this server works. You can host your own servers if you are technically minded. You can obviously join lots of servers that are online. There's always, just Google, what servers to join, and there's plenty of lists of servers in order to join. So let's talk about extra content. You've maybe been playing on single player or maybe a multiplayer for a little while, and you want to do more with your Minecraft Java Edition experience. So where do you get more content once you have had fun playing in your single player and multiplayer experiences? Well, here's just one example. This is planetminecraft.com. And here you can download different builds, different worlds you can explore. Some of them are games. Some of them are maps. Some of them are, just creations where you can just look at them. This is just one example of places where you can download this content on Minecraft. There's just a simple folder called Saves, and that is where your world that you just created earlier is saved, and you can drop a new folder inside of there and then experience all of these other things as well. So, and then if you want to take your single player and put it on a server, you would have to zip up that save file and then give it to the server admin or put it online in order to play it. It's a little complicated, so we're not really going to cover that in this video. But all of these things can be played, or most of them can. If you click here and click downloadable, then you can filter by that and play around and get more content for Minecraft. This is all free. And then when it comes to the Bedrock Edition, which we're going to cover in a bit, that would be for pay. So that is a nice advantage that Java Edition, you can get all of these maps and things for free just because the community gives them to you. Now, if you want to watch more videos and learn more about the game, well, obviously I would suggest my own channel, OMGcraft. We cover tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights all about Minecraft, so you can learn everything that is going on fresh and new. Now, we tend to not do very, very, very beginner stuff like how to make sticks, how to make a pickaxe, that sort of thing. We've covered those all in the past, and so we don't really cover those nowadays. So if you need a complete starter guide, I would suggest my good friend Pixel Riffs. I say good friend, we're good internet friends. And I think that he does a great series. One of his is this survival guide. And so he goes through kind of all the things that you need to do. And this is a more recent video series. A lot of the older survival guides that you see, they're just so old that they really just don't matter anymore. The game has been updated so much since. So I really enjoy his survival guide series. And once again, that is Pixel Riffs. You can just Google that if you want to head on over and then watch a video tutorial about really everything there is in Minecraft from the very beginning, first day sort of situation. So now we have moved on to the Bedrock edition of the game. I'm covering this on a PC, but really every feature I'm talking about will be the same on your phone, on your tablet, on your console. All of this is very, very, very similar across all of those. So everything should basically be the same. So first off, this does look a little bit different. If you see this big marketplace button, then you know that you are on Bedrock, like I was mentioning before. And right here, you can change your skin. So if you want to change the look of your character. Now on the Bedrock edition of the game, there's a lot of things that you can purchase. And you purchase all of those through mine coins. So you can see up here, this little thing that's shown up green, that is a mine coin. So I just want to make sure that my mouse is actually showing up there. There we go. That is a mine coin up there. These do cost real in life money. So you have to kind of keep that in in your mind that if you want to purchase things from the marketplace, it does cost money. There are often free things in the marketplace for you to download and keep. So you should check back often if you are stingy like me and would like to keep all of that stuff. Also in your profile, you can add just straight up skins. So you can these are things that I already own. So there's a whole bunch of different skin packs. So if I want to look like that lady or that person that's almost, holding a globe or anything like that, you can get a skin pack, or you can go in and customize absolutely everything in here. So if you wanted to go in here and change how the hair looks and then change the color, so you go over here, you change it to blue, you can do all of that as well. So there's really multiple different types of ways to create a character. This is Bedrock exclusive. It's not on Java as of yet. Who knows? Maybe in the future. But that is how you can change your character an awful lot. So I've created this character for myself. So that is my avatar. Now, let's get into actually starting a new world. You're going to click play, and you can see there are these different tabs along the top. This first one is your world. So this will be on your device and not on a server or anything else. This will only be available to you unless if you invite your friends onto it and you're connected on the internet and all that other stuff. But you should basically think of it as you only. So you can see that it kind of gives you an option. Do you want to make this free? It's on your stuff, or do you want to make it a realm? So they're kind of upselling you. A realm is a server that is managed by Minecraft. So it's always going to be there. It's quite nice by always, as long as you're paying for it. It's really, really nice to have it on a realm because it's automatically backed up for you. It doesn't take up storage on your device. It's always sitting there, but it does cost money. So the free version is probably what you're going to want to do. It'll be on whatever you're playing, and you can invite friends if they are able to also connect on the internet. If you're on a phone, it's kind of the easiest way to invite your friends because a phone doesn't have any barrier to get online. If you've bought anything in the marketplace, they will show up in this sort of list of things. I've bought a whole bunch of stuff, so it's all right here. But if you don't want to do that, click Create World at the top. And then this is where you create a world. Creative version of the game mode means that you have no health, no hunger, unlimited blocks, instantly breaking of other blocks. You can also fly, so you can place down as many blocks as you want. Survival, that means that you have hunger, health, and you can take damage and die. If you die, all your items will spill onto the ground, and you'll have to go back from wherever you spawned when you became alive again and go and pick those up before they all despawn in 5 minutes. So, difficulty, easy, difficult, hard, that's just right there. You can set yourself to be a operator, which is normally what I do, so that I have basically all the access to all the commands and that sort of stuff. World type, infinite is basically what you should do. If you want to make a super flat so you can get really creative with making it, you can do that. Infinite is what you want. Seed. The seed is what will generate the world based off of this seed. So if you use the same seed on multiple different devices, it will generate the world the same. And I'm stressing generate. This is the first world generation. If you build anything, if you add extra things to the world after you have made it, none of that is saved in the seed. So if you give the seed, which is this long string of numbers and or characters, to a friend, they're not going to get to see your build, but they'll have the exact same world as you. So if when you spawn in, you're at a desert, you give the seed to the other person, they'll spawn in at the same desert with the same temples and same buildings. And so if you want something fancy, you can go online and search for Bedrock seeds, and that way you would always spawn in whatever you want because you know what is going to spawn there. We're going to leave that blank because it'll generate a random one if we don't do any of that. Then you have a few extra, I'll have a whole bunch of different settings in here on how to actually like have all the little settings and things like that. First, we're going to name our world right here at the top. You can name this anything. This is just showing off to you. So we're just going to name this OMGcraft Test World. And my caps lock is on. There we go. So now you have some extra options over here on the side. So you could make this available to your friends on your Microsoft account. You can also add add-ons and behavior packs. So this is as similar, as close as it gets when it comes to mods on the on this version of the game. Behavior packs and resource packs can change how the game behaves and looks. Resource packs changes only how it looks and sounds, and behavior packs will change what actually happens in the game. So a creeper could turn into a boat. If you have the behavior pack, that will modify the creeper. And we don't have anything right here, and default is what's active. And same thing right here, we have active. I happen to have some other resource packs that will change the look of the game, but we're not going to change that right now. So we're just gonna keep that all default. Once you're happy with everything, go ahead and click create. And there we go. We have created our very first Minecraft world. I'm not really going to cover, and I'm in creative mode right now. That's why I can fly. Oh, we're getting a lot of glitchiness. I'm not really going to cover gameplay things because I feel like a lot of other people do that a lot better. So I'm not going to really show you how to craft anything or how to actually get started. This is all just more of a technical overview on how to get started when it comes to Minecraft. But here we are inside of the world, looking nice. So we have that world right here in our, I just hit escape to get out of there, in our world's area. And now let's talk about joining multiplayer servers and that sort of thing. If you have been watching since when we covered all the stuff in the Java edition, there was another button here that said multiplayer. That isn't true on the Bedrock edition. On the Bedrock edition, you click play and then you tab over to see all of the other things. So if you have friends that have added you on your Microsoft account and they have a realm or they have a world that is open to you, this was where they'd show up. I don't have any, so there's no one here. Next is servers. And so you can join all of these servers if there's some like sort of whitelisted servers that that are really, really good that show up right here. If you found one on the internet, you can add it right here. You name it whatever you want to name it. Then you add the address. This is just like the URL in your browser. So it'll normally have a .com or something like that. It may be an IP address if they haven't bought an actual domain name for their server. It may be just a big string of numbers, and then you can change what port, which is another technical thing. It'll tell you if you need to do that. Don't worry about it if it doesn't say which port to select. Leave that as default. So that's if the server that you want to play on a server that's not already listed right here. If you do want to play on a server that's listed right here, just click on one and you can join it. Now, there is a big caveat here. I'm playing on Windows 10, so I have access to the internet immediately. You may be playing on a console like Xbox, PlayStation 4, or the Nintendo Switch. And on all of those console editions, you need to have access to the internet and have purchased a pass in order to allow yourself to access the internet as well. On every different console, it's named differently. Xbox, it's Xbox Live. On PlayStation, it's PlayStation Plus. On Nintendo Switch, it's Nintendo Switch Online. That sort of stuff. So you need to make sure that you have access to that in order to join any of these multiplayer servers. Otherwise, you're just going to be locked in to playing single player content only, unless if you buy those, and those are normally they cost per month in order to have access to the internet to play. Okay, so now maybe you've been playing with your single player, maybe playing online, and you want more content. You want something extra and fun to do. On Bedrock Edition, you have the marketplace. So you have access to so much content, although it does cost money. But oftentimes, like right here, The Way of Bees, this is some free content that you can download and play yourself. Looks like it's some crazy bee tour that explains everything about the new update, the Buzzy Bees update. So you can download this and play it yourself. This marketplace has hundreds and hundreds of items to choose from. So here's how they are sort of divided up. You have skin packs, and this is only skins for your character. So you can see there's tons and tons of different ways that you can reskin. So let's say you love dogs. Check out the festive doggos. And then if you wanted one of these, you would have to buy the entire pack. You get in this one, it looks like, what is that? 5, 10 doggos? No, that's 6 doggos. It's sometimes I can't tell if it goes through an entire page or what. It says right here, 6 skins. So you get 6 skins. This will cost $1.99 or 310 mine coins. And then you could play with the festive doggos as well. So that's skin packs. Next is worlds. So these worlds could be adventure worlds where there's like a story and something to do and something to accomplish. They could be worlds where you're really just kind of looking at the spawn. You're just kind of admiring the amazing builds. And a lot of these worlds now include behavior packs with them. So you'll get things like cars and planes that you can drive around in without needing to figure out how to add those behavior packs yourself. So there's like advanced farming worlds. So all sorts of fun stuff to do there. Texture packs, all that does is re-texture your game. So everything will be exactly the same, except that things will look fancy. So this simply cubed thing adds all this sort of like really nice, crisp edges to everything and adds some really, really adorable, like, you know, it looks more adorable than normal Minecraft. So this one also comes with skins. So a lot of these packs can be mashed up together, and that is what the mashup packs are all about. So that texture pack that we just looked at, it looked like it included skins and the texture pack. So it includes both of those, and that's normally reflected in the price. Sometimes you can have all 3. So you may have a world, let me look. This includes 11 skins, 1 world, and 1 texture pack. So this Neon City mashup includes absolutely everything. So you get the city, you get the skins, and you get the texture pack, all for one thing, and it does normally cost more in order to do that. The marketplace is really where I suggest you can get stuff like for free, but the marketplace is so nicely curated, and you don't have to download anything onto your computer or phone or anything like that in order to do it, in order to play with that. So I highly suggest the marketplace. Even though it does cost money, it is nice to know that you can trust everything on the marketplace. And there you have it, your beginner's guide to Minecraft Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. I know that I haven't really covered a lot of things about how to actually play the game, and that's why you should subscribe for future videos to make sure that you get all of those updates and everything about tips and tricks and things to actually make your Minecraft experience a lot more fun. So make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel for future videos from me, or check out all of my previous videos. I have tons of them. Thank you so much for watching this episode of OMGcraft. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.